All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to unpack 15 really powerful lessons for building a better life. Think of these as insights we've learned from the future, broken down into some real wisdom you can start using, well, right now. This quote just hits different, doesn't it? It's a huge reminder that all the stuff life throws at us, it's not just a bunch of random obstacles. It's actually a curriculum. The real trick is to stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, okay, what is this trying to teach me? So, to make these 15 lessons easy to digest, we've broken them down into 3 big ideas. First, we're going to look inward, at the power of how you see the world. Then, we'll look outward, at your relationships. And finally, we'll get practical and talk about the discipline of actually doing the work. So our journey has to start right here with perception. The source material makes it super clear that real, lasting change doesn't start with your job or your bank account. It starts inside your own head. Before you can change anything out there, you've got to master what's going on in here. Okay, this is a distinction that can literally change your entire life. The difference between reacting and responding. Reacting is that hot, knee-jerk flash of anger, right? It's automatic. But responding, that's a choice. It's about taking that 1-second pause to breathe and then acting from a place of calm. That tiny little gap, that's where all your power is. I absolutely love this analogy. Just picture yourself as a glass of water. When life comes along and shakes you, and it will, whatever you're filled with is what's going to spill out. So the question becomes, what are you filling your mind with every single day? Because when the pressure hits, that's the real you. Now this is a total game changer of a question. We spend our whole lives running from pain, trying to avoid it. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? The lesson here is to see hardship not as something happening to you, but as something happening for you. It's the toughest teacher you'll ever have, but it's also the best one. So what's the actual point of all this pain? Well, think of it like a blacksmith's fire. It's uncomfortable, for sure, but it's also what burns away all the illusions, all the fake stuff, and forges what's real and strong inside of you. It's not the obstacle to your growth, it's the only way to get it. And to wrap up this first section, here's a simple truth that's so grounding. Nothing lasts forever. And that's actually great news. When times are good, it keeps you humble. And when times are tough, it gives you hope. It's a powerful reminder that this too shall pass. All right, let's shift gears. Now that we've done some inner work, it's time to look outward at our relationships. And I'm not just talking about with other people, but maybe the most important one of all, the relationship you have with yourself. Wow. Just let that one sink in for a second. It's such a kind, compassionate way to look at relationships that have ended. See, not everyone is meant to be in your life forever, but they were absolutely essential for your journey. They were part of your becoming. They taught you exactly what you needed to learn to become who you're meant to be. Letting go is so hard, isn't it? But the source gives us this really simple 3-step roadmap. And notice, it's not about pretending it didn't happen. It's about accepting it, figuring out the lesson, and then finding a way to be grateful for it. That's how you find peace. Okay, let's talk about something so many of us get wrong. We're taught that putting ourselves first is the most selfish thing you can do. But think about it this way. You can't pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself isn't a luxury. It's not selfish. It's survival. It's making sure you actually have something left to give. So how do we actually do this? Well, here are 4 really practical ways to protect your energy. It all boils down to saying no more often, setting real boundaries, filling your own cup first, and letting go of trying to change people who don't want to change. Your peace of mind is so worth it. You know, we're also terrified of being alone. We see loneliness as this horrible curse. But what if it's actually a gift? The source suggests that it's only in that quiet, when all the noise of the world fades away, that you can finally start to hear your own voice again. It's a chance to remember who you actually are. And now for our final section. This is where the rubber meets the road. Because look, having all these insights is great, but it's not enough. To actually build a better life, you have to do things differently. And that happens one small, consistent choice at a time. This right here is the engine that drives all progress. We all love motivation, right? It feels amazing, but it's a feeling. It's fickle. It comes and goes. Discipline, that's a whole different animal.
Discipline is a decision you make. It's what you do even on the days you don't feel like it. And that's what creates real, lasting change. And this is the secret sauce for long-term success. It's called the compound effect. It's this beautiful idea that huge results don't come from some massive, heroic action. They come from tiny, almost boringly small actions that you repeat day in and day out.
And this chart shows you exactly how it works. Look, on day 1, your small effort feels like nothing. Even after 3 months, the growth is barely noticeable. It feels like you're failing. But if you just stick with it, that growth becomes exponential. Over a year, those tiny efforts build into something massive.
This is just the perfect way to think about it. When you're putting in the work and you're not seeing anything happen, remember this seed. On the surface, it looks like nothing's going on. But underneath, this whole complex root system is growing, getting stronger. You just have to trust the process. So what's the biggest enemy of all this consistency and focus? It might be this number right here, 6. That's the average number of hours so many of us spend staring at a screen every single day. Just think about that. That's time, that's focus, that's life, literally being stolen from us. We live in this crazy hustle culture that makes us feel guilty for taking a break. But the source reminds us that rest isn't lazy, it's strategic. It's not the opposite of productivity, it's a vital part of it. I mean, you wouldn't expect your phone to work 24/7 without ever charging it, right? So why would you expect that from yourself? And this might be the single most important lesson of them all. So many of us are just paralyzed because we're waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. But progress doesn't come from perfection. It comes from messy, imperfect action. The most important thing you can ever do, just start. Start scared. Start before you're ready. Just start. So there you have it, 15 lessons to help build a better life. The information is all here, but you know what? The real work, the important work, it starts now. The real question isn't just what you learned today. It's what are you going to do with it? How are you going to write your story?